Hey guys, welcome back to the film scene. And today I have a very young guest with me, Peter. Peter, could you introduce yourself?
My name's Peter Gerstenberg. I'm 70 years of age. I'm retired. I've been fortunate to be involved in a number of different industries, be it retail, restaurant. I owned motels. I was a motivationalist. And in the latter part of my life, I've decided, because I've retired on the Gold Coast, to get involved in TV, movies, commercials, and I'm having a ball.
Amazing. So tell me more about the stuff you have done. Would love to know.
I haven't done enough stuff. In fact, a lot of it's been voiceover, which I've been really enjoying. But I thoroughly enjoyed recently. I was involved in the 48-hour challenge
Mm.
from Brisbane, and Zach had a short film called So. So I had to be a psychiatrist,
Oh,
and I'm interviewing a young couple where he actually on the weekend had murdered her. Uh,
oh,
and she's sat next to him on the lounge, but she's invisible.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
So it's interesting because as I'm
Yeah.
talking to Zach, saying stuff like, "So, Zach, how did it go on the weekend with Margaret?" And because Margaret then turns to him and says, "How did it go? He killed me."
Oh,
And
yeah.
I had to be careful to remember she was invisible because as soon as she started talking, I wanted to look at her.
Yeah, I get that.
And so I had to think, no, no, this is the situation. And but I did enjoy that. And possibly the thing that I enjoyed most about that short 48 hour
Mhm.
project was the passion of the young people involved in the work. I thoroughly enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed performing.
That's amazing. No, and it sounds like interesting. Like you have to do like everything in the 48 hours, like even the script or just filming.
No, 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 just I was just the actor involved.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's amazing. And yeah, it's so great to like work with people who are like passionate and like put everything into the film. So yeah, and I completely get it when you said like it was a big challenge for you to pretend that there's someone who's not there. I think like that's the hardest part, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. But to be adaptive is very important,
Yeah.
and to think, outside the box that the criticism that I'm going to get is only going to help me. And so, when the director said, "Pete, you looked at the actress when she spoke," I thought, well, yeah, I know I shouldn't do that. So then I had to concentrate on looking into Zach, the gentleman that I'm interviewing.
Hmm.
And I'm just looking into his eyes, and in my mind, I'm thinking, she's not there. I'm not looking at her. She's invisible.
So you just like kept thinking that she's not here, like you just tried to use that psychological side of your
Yes.
brain.
Yes.
No, that's pretty interesting because yeah, I was gonna ask you like how did you even manage to do that? Because I know it's very hard. I mean, I if I were probably in your place, I would have looked at her like 1,000 times until the director would have been
No, I only
very
did it the
annoyed with
once.
me.
No, I only did it the once because as soon as he said that, I could realize, well, how can I look at someone that is invisible? And so what I did, I just thought, no, I'm just going to look straight into Zach's eyes, and that helped me.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. So yeah, when you talk about like tough stuff and challenges, like what is like the biggest creative challenge you have faced so far, like other than like the invisible person problem?
Probably challenges for me would include the ability to fake emotions.
Mm.
Like, say, for example, if I have to cry, I will think about my older brother that I lost when he was only 40 years of
Oh,
age.
oh my
And so
God.
that helps me. But certainly one of the challenges would be to be able to fake, but not only that, Ruka, not to overact. I might be overacting now as I'm talking to you, but I have to
Oh,
be careful
really?
not. Well, I'm modest as well. I'm modest as well, and I suppose, sometimes the set it takes time and maintaining motivation is
Mm.
some challenging part of being an actor.
Definitely.
So I suppose those things, faking emotions, not overacting, but at the same time, maintaining motivation.
Definitely. And yeah, I know like there might be some days where you're just feeling like extremely exhausted or like fed up, and how do you like keep yourself motivated on those days when especially when you're on the set?
Well, given my age, sometimes I'll just say, keep your chins up.
Fair enough. Wisest thing to
Right.
say. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I also I suppose I have to realize that I'm only one piece of the jigsaw, and my lack of motivation is going to be infectious amongst other people. So I have to be mindful that, okay, I'm going to stay motivated in order to assist other people to be motivated.
Yeah, no, that's like, I think that's a very good way to look at it because whenever you're on the set, when you're doing creative projects, it's like a collaborative effort. So, yeah, if
Definitely.
you come on the set looking all like cranky and grumpy, maybe it might affect the whole mood. So, I think like that's a very good way to look at it. So, yeah, so you also like mentioned a little bit about like, sometimes criticism is going to help you. So, how do you handle like rejection or criticism? Because
Oh,
sometimes it can get very harsh.
interesting. You firstly, you can't take it personally. Okay, this is a role that you're performing, and it's not criticism of Peter Gerstenberg himself, but the role that I'm playing. So I think certainly one, don't take it personally. And
Hmm,
if you're unsure, ask for clarification.
definitely.
If you're not really quite sure where this rejection or criticism is coming from, don't be frightened to ask for clarification. And
Hmm,
then, you know what, Ruka, I believe that the criticism should always be viewed as an aid for improvement.
definitely. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's very important, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So no, I don't take it personally. I take it on board. I think as a result, I won't always agree, but
Mhm.
in order to perform the role, I'm going to go down that path.
Definitely. And sometimes it's like the director's vision, and it's like they have envisioned something, and it's like as an actor, it's our job to deliver it, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's like I just love your attitude towards criticism and working on the set overall. It's just like so positive. It's like
Thank
very
you.
motivational. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
brilliant. So what I wanted to ask you next is there like any specific role or any specific creative job that completely changed your perspective about the industry or changed you as a person in some way?
Uh, I think I not particularly. I think if I learned anything, I learned that humor is very important on the set,
Mm.
and that humor is infectious. And I don't think I realized, because I've had a lot of experience in life, I don't think I realized that my humor was so helpful to others.
Mm.
Like things can be a bit stressful. And so the guy's down there and he's adjusting my camera, sort of down here on my leg. And I can say something like, while you're down there. And he'll burst into laughter and think, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
funny. And I think that without overdoing it, um, the role that changed me, gee, I don't know. I'm forever wanting to be adapting to all different roles.
Mhm.
But I think the one thing that I've learned in this 2 years, 3 years that I've been doing this in retirement is that my humor is infectious,
That's nice.
and I think it assists on the scene, and generally people feel more relaxed as a result. And then
Mm.
they'll all give me a hug at the end.
That's nice. Yeah, it's like I know like film sets and stuff can be very, very stressful. So it's good to have that sense of humor to keep everything light and less stressful. That's brilliant. Yeah. So you also
Well,
said like,
I also have fun with it. Like next week, I'm going to do a TV ad for a retirement village. So
oh,
to be thinking of me then, even though I'm late 60s, but I'm going to think about myself as this 80-year-old. So already before I get to this TV ad, I'm
you're
already starting to
already
think,
there.
okay,
Yeah.
how would Joe react? And then the next week after that, I'm doing a role as a prison officer. And so
Oh,
oh yes, I'm going to be very different in that role. And
yeah.
then there's another one coming up where I'm gay, and that's going to add a lot of interesting
Yeah, that's a very different
ways.
vibe.
Yeah, because gays are also flamboyant, and I see myself as flamboyant, right? So,
Definitely.
but no, I don't know that there's anything that's actually changed me. Um, I had a very wise mother, Walker, and she once said to me that, Peter, what's the most constant thing in life? I go, what's that, Mum? And she go, change.
Oh, yeah. That's so interesting. Yeah, agreed. Like the only thing
Yeah,
that is constant is change.
that's exactly right. So
That's yeah.
all these different roles, while they're challenging, I just become, particularly afterwards, I just think, gee, I'm a better person as a result of this.
That's good. So how do you like cope with these changes? Like you said, like you're doing a retirement center ad, and then you're doing a prison officer role, and then there's a gay guy role. So how do you like manage to like switch so quickly? How do you like prepare yourself, I'd say, to like for that change?
I think practice makes perfect.
Mm,
So I think practice is really good. I have to be patient with myself. So practicing, being patient, being able to adapt to feedback,
mm,
but looking for ways to do it better. Like I can think, okay, here we go. I can do it this way.
yeah.
But perhaps this way is better. And I can usually tell by the look on the rest of the team's faces whether or not this is acceptable.
Yeah.
But in answer to your question, I think just looking for ways to do it better, being objective.
Yeah, no, that's I think that's brilliant because yeah, like I was just like curious like how you managed to like, get ready with all your roles at the same time. But yeah, I think yeah, that's a good idea, I think. So yeah,
Yeah.
which one are you like I know this is probably a tough question, but out of the roles you mentioned, which one are you like the most excited for? Or
Probably. Oh dear, I've got a role coming up in Byron Bay. I'm not really sure if I've got the job yet, but I'm loving the idea of being this elderly man, once successful, but now with dementia.
oh, okay, that must be a challenge.
And yeah, so I'm really, really looking forward to that role.
Hmm.
Uh, but as far as I go, as I said earlier in the interview, I'm retired. I've had a lot of life experience. I've had a lot of adversities in my life. And I think as a result, that just gets you better placed.
Definitely. I think that's an advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So you're like you have like so many projects coming up, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I try to mix it up. My problem is that in my latter part of my life, I joke with friends that I like the three T's, right? So I like time with my loved ones and family.
Hmm.
I love talking,
Fair
and
enough.
I love travel. So half the year I'm away, and I sadly have to turn down some roles. But
Hmm.
you know, um, oh, I suppose there's another T, Ruka. I like tinkering.
Fair
There you go.
enough.
Now, we're going to have a role play.
Oh, yeah, but before that, I do have a couple of questions for you.
Okay, yes,
Um,
yes. Shoot
yeah.
ahead.
So yeah, of course. Like I was asking you about your projects, your upcoming projects. Um, do you have like any specific, like a ritual or a habit that you do to get yourself into the role or prepare yourself mentally to be on the set?
I just breathe deeply, go over the lines, stay calm, and try to invest myself into that role quite differently from the role of Peter Gerstenberg.
Mm-hmm.
And so already before I get to the retirement village, I'm already starting to think, okay, what would life be like if I lived in an aged care facility
Mm.
and I was bound, as it were, to that aged care facility because I might be suffering dementia or something. So then I have to think about, okay, well, how would I react in that role given the situation? So I
Mm.
suppose putting myself into the situation and being able to take on board as well from other folk around me
Yeah.
interesting things that they might suggest.
That's yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah. I like that. I just like how collaborative you are. Like I'm pretty sure like you must be like one of the very easiest person to work with on the set. So that's cool. So one more question.
Yes.
Do you is there like any interesting skill you learned while on film sets that surprised you that you're like, "Oh, I didn't even know I learned it," or I didn't even know I could learn it."
Uh, I suppose no, not particularly. Not particularly. I think that the one thing I've learned is that keeping wit and humor is important within the role, but within also on the set.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It,
yeah. So
yeah.
that's what I've learned.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I think like it's very important to maintain a very positive and healthy environment on the set because if there's someone who's like very cranky, like I said, it does affect the way the final product also looks because people are just really frustrated and stressed. So I think like that's very good way to do stuff. And yeah, it's nice, being nice on the sets is really nice, guys. So now moving on to the next part, which I find really interesting is like our little game. So today's game is like gonna be a little role-playing game. So what I'm gonna do is give you a situation and a setting, and then you're just gonna cast yourself in the film in a role you like, and then uh tell me like a couple of dream actors you'd like to work with on that film and the director you would like to have on board to direct this film. So are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so this is a fantasy thriller. So there's a fantasy element which is based in Queensland in the neighborhood where you live. So it's a
Mhm.
fantasy thriller in Queensland in your neighborhood. So
Yeah.
over to you.
Oh, wow. Uh, I live in a high rise on the Gold Coast. I live on the 29th level.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular role involves a man that's retired and suddenly very idle.
Mm.
And he's going to suffer depression. And he's decided that he doesn't want to live his life anymore. The fantasy is that when he's about to jump off the balcony, an angel comes flying in with wings. And
Okay.
this angel reminds him that this is a short-term situation and things will improve. And let's fly up above there and have a look back down outside the square, as it were, and see what was the trigger that brought you to this situation.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very interesting. So what is like the thrilling element in here? What would you say? How would you add the thrill to it?
But I
It's
think
a very
flying,
tricky one.
yeah, I think flying on the wings of the angel up over Surface Paradise, up past Q1, or
Yeah,
over Movie World.
definitely
I suppose
thrilling.
I suppose that would be the thrill. But then, of course, the outcome is more important. That this actor has in this role has had assistance in identifying this particular trigger in his life.
Yeah,
And the beauty that you've got the beauty of this winged angel, but also the amazing, fact that the angel and I are going to rise above all of this, which is exactly what we do.
that's amazing. And I have to know, like, who would you cast as the angel? I'm assuming like the main character would be you, and then which
Oh, well,
actor or say actress would you cast in the role of
yeah,
the main?
well, I'd probably want Jonathan Bailey to play me.
Okay.
Oh no, I'd want to play me. Gee, I don't know. The Angel.
Tricky.
Uh, I'd have to pick. Oh, gee, Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah, that would be an interesting choice. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's mature enough to be able to ascertain that there's a situation here where
Yeah,
the young angel, isn't going to really able to take that on board. So there
definitely
you
a mature
go.
actor. Yeah.
You've got Jonathan Bailey on the wings of Nicole Kidman jumping off the balcony and collected by the angel up over the Gold Coast, rising above the whole situation. How about that?
Interesting to watch. That would be definitely very interesting to watch. Um, and now I want to know like who would be the director to do all of this? Would it be you or someone else?
I would be the director.
Definitely. I would love to see that. Hey, if you ever consider making it, I would love to see that.
There you go. Oh, that'd be a lot of fun then. Of
Yeah.
course, I have a very good friend, Des Mangan,
Mhm.
and he's been very involved. He's also a very great help for me. So maybe if I had to think of someone outside of me, I'd probably think of Des Mangan. Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
yeah,
So, yeah, no, that was that was so much fun. Like, even if it's like hypothetical, maybe one day it
yeah,
will be a reality. Who knows?
yeah, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Well, I joke. You might have. I've got a show reel which I send out with my applications, right? Where I joke that I'm going to write. I start with something like, "Hi, I'm Pete," and then I talk about writing Pete the book, and then it'll be Pete the Netflix series, Pete the movie, Pete the stage musical.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
so watch this space.
Yeah, you know what? Go for it. You never know. It might actually become a reality.
There you go.
Yeah.
I better get my award acceptance speech ready.
Yep. I think that's your next project, isn't it? Work on it.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. It was so lovely talking to you, and I
It's a
absolutely
pleasure.
love your
Yeah.
positive outlook on everything. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, like I usually say, ta-da!
Ta-da!